have been suggesting since you arrived in power that things are somehow worse than you knew from the outside. What is it that you have seen that has actually given you that belief? Because most of the information was in the public domain, whether it was about prisons or about
Well,
courts.
I'll give you one example. You mentioned prisons. I don't think anyone realised quite how bad things were, that prisons were at crisis point with almost no places left for people to be given a place in prison if they needed to be there. And the previous government, instead of making tough decisions, they simply ran away from the problem. They called an election to allow the next people to make those decisions. It makes me pretty angry that they left the country in this sort of state. Whichever political party you're in, you should try and pass on, at the end of your time in office, a country and a society that is working better. This Conservative government didn't do that, and they've left it to us to pick up the pieces.
But are you suggesting that they deliberately called an election to cover up how bad things were on the inside? Because when it comes to prisons, which you mentioned, for example, the information about what was going on was published all the time. It was in the public domain.
Laura, that's just simply not the case. I don't think anybody on the outside understood the full extent of the challenge in our prisons. Let me give you another example. The Conservative former Education Secretary, she had the pay review body recommendation for teachers on her desk when she was in office. She didn't do anything about it. She didn't publish it. She didn't say how she was going to respond to it. They called an election. They didn't make the tough decisions, they ran away from them, and it's now up to us to fix it and to pick up the pieces. And we will do that, and we will do it in an open and transparent way. I will be honest with people that there are going to be tough decisions ahead. It's not going to be easy, but I'm determined to turn things around.